The downfall of X. It wasn't a sudden collapse, but a slow, agonizing decline, a story etched in missteps and missed opportunities. It was never a question of if, but when. The signs were there from the beginning. LindaYaccarino's tenure as CEO of X, a high-profile appointment meant to stabilize a turbulent ship, was, in retrospect, doomed from the start. The challenges were simply too great, the damage too deep. It was a band-aid on a bullet wound, a superficial fix for a fundamental problem. By April 2025, internal whispers became loud murmurs. The unease within the company was palpable. Advertisers, the lifeblood of the platform, were pulling back, hesitant to associate with the increasingly toxic environment. They were spooked by the unchecked hate speech and Musk's increasingly erratic behavior, a volatile combination that threatened their brand image. User engagement was down, replaced by a sense of disillusionment and abandonment. The platform felt emptier, less vibrant. Bots were rampant, further eroding the quality of discourse and driving away genuine users. The signal-to-noise ratio had become unbearable. And the platform's decline was obvious, a stark reality reflected in plummeting user numbers and dwindling revenue streams. In May, a bombshell report revealed the extent of the rot. X had deliberately dismantled its own safety tools, prioritizing free speech absolutism over user safety and well-being. Yaccarino, the so-called adult in the room, brought in to instill order and regain trust, looked either complicit or powerless, unable to stem the tide of chaos and controversy. Her reassurances to advertisers now seemed like pure fiction, empty promises in the face of mounting evidence to the contrary. European regulators intensified pressure, scrutinizing the platform's content moderation policies and data privacy practices. They were threatening massive fines, a financial blow that could cripple the already struggling company. In June, Musk announced the merger of X and XAI, a move that signaled a radical shift in the platform's direction. He was calling it the birth of an everything app powered by AI, a bold vision that many saw as a desperate attempt to salvage a failing enterprise. In reality, X became a data-gathering arm, a vast repository of user information to fuel Musk's other ventures. It was all for Musk's AI ambitions, transforming the social media platform into a cog in a much larger machine, this ultimately making Yaccarino's role obsolete. The merger rendered her position redundant. Her expertise in advertising was suddenly irrelevant, a skill set no longer needed in the new AI-centric world of X. On July 8, 2025, Musk announced Yaccarino's immediate departure, a terse and unceremonious end to her brief reign. The announcement was made in a short post on X, a final indignity for the departing CEO. The new leadership structure was revealed under the merged X.AI entity, solidifying Musk's control and signaling the end of an era. Her exit was swift and cold, a stark reminder of the ruthless nature of the tech industry. It was a final chapter in a story everyone saw coming, a predictable conclusion to a series of unfortunate events. She was brought in to fix the ship, to right the wrongs and steer the company back on course. But the captain was determined to steer it into an iceberg, blinded by his own vision and deaf to the warnings of others. The end was inevitable, a self-inflicted wound that sealed the platform's fate. Yaccarino tried to tame an untamable beast, to bring order to chaos, but ultimately failed in the face of an insurmountable challenge. The platform's fate was sealed by its owner's vision, a grand experiment that ultimately led to its demise. And so, he did. He steered the ship, and it sank. To truly understand why LindaYaccarino would even consider taking on the role at X, formerly known as Twitter, we need to delve into her background. What motivated her to step into such a challenging and highly scrutinized position? You have to know who she was before she walked through those doors. She wasn't just another executive. She was a titan in the advertising world, a force to be reckoned with. As chairman at NBC Universal, she commanded respect and wielded significant influence. She was known as the Velvet Hammer, a testament to her ability to blend charm with unwavering effectiveness in negotiations and leadership. And on the other side, Musk needed someone with her skill set desperately, especially after he bought Twitter and proceeded to gut its moderation policies, leading to widespread concern. This, in turn, scared off advertisers in droves, creating a financial crisis for the platform. Revenue plummeted drastically, impacting the company's overall stability. Musk, despite his many talents, proved to be a terrible ad salesman, unable to win back the trust of major brands. Yaccarino represented the bridge back to the advertising world, a world that Musk had effectively alienated through his actions and decisions. Therefore, her hiring in June 2023 was widely seen as a masterstroke, a strategic move to salvage the situation. The hope was that she'd mend fences with disgruntled advertisers, restore a sense of order and stability to the platform, and bring back much-needed revenue. The promise, the agreement, Linda would focus on running the business side of things, while Elon would remain focused on the technology and product development. But this entire arrangement was built on a foundation of sand, destined to crumble. Yaccarino's primary mission was to make X a safe and attractive platform for advertisers, ensuring brand safety and responsible content moderation. However, Musk's vision was rooted in embracing chaos in the name of absolute free speech, often with little regard for the consequences. These two goals were fundamentally incompatible, setting the stage for inevitable conflict and tension. In essence, she was hired to clean up a mess that was largely created by the very person who hired her in the first place. From day one, she found herself in an almost impossible position, caught between conflicting priorities and expectations. She was tasked with selling a product, a platform, whose owner seemed determined to make it unsellable through his controversial decisions and pronouncements. The conflict was baked into the very structure of the arrangement, a recipe for disaster. And ultimately, the outcome, given these inherent contradictions, was perhaps inevitable from the start. Yaccarino's biggest problem was the content itself. Musk's free speech absolutism turned X into a playground for hate speech and conspiracy theories. Major brands like Disney and Apple wanted nothing to do with it. The crisis peaked when Musk publicly endorsed an anti-Semitic conspiracy theory. Advertisers fled, creating a financial crisis. Yaccarino's damage control was futile. How could she promise brand safety when the owner was the problem? She met with advocacy groups and gave interviews, but Musk's actions always undercut her. Human moderators were gone. AI and community notes couldn't keep up. Harmful content spread unchecked. Yaccarino sold a vision of a safe town square, but reality was chaos. Advertisers saw through it. They stayed away. The platform's toxicity was unfixable. Yaccarino's main job was to bring advertisers back. When she started, ad revenue was already down 60%. She launched a charm offensive, promising a safer, more innovative X. Some brands returned briefly, but every step forward was undone by Musk's actions. His public endorsement of hate speech in late 2023 was the breaking point. Major brands like Apple and Disney left for good. The financial hemorrhage worsened. Musk's response? He told advertisers to go F yourself. Yaccarino's authority was destroyed. She tried to pivot to smaller businesses and subscriptions, but it wasn't enough. The core problem, no one trusted Musk. Yaccarino ruled a kingdom with no subjects. Her greatest skill was rendered useless. The ad business never recovered. The damage was permanent. X was drowning in lawsuits and regulatory threats. Mass layoffs led to a flood of legal battles. Unpaid severance, discrimination, wrongful termination. Each lawsuit made Yaccarino's job harder. The bigger threat, European regulators. The EU's Digital Services Act demanded transparency and aggressive moderation. X was under formal investigation for failing to police hate speech and disinformation. Fines could reach 6% of global revenue. Yaccarino was caught between regulators and Musk, who opposed moderation. Other countries launched investigations too. Legal and regulatory battles drained resources and reputation. Yaccarino spent more time fighting fires than building a business. The chaos was relentless. While Yaccarino fought for advertisers, Musk was focused on AI. He launched XAI to compete with OpenAI and Google, using X's data to train models. The lines blurred. Was X a social platform or an AI data source? Grok, Musk's AI chatbot, was integrated into X. The merger of X and XAI in June 2025 created X.AI, a vertically integrated AI company. The social media business became secondary to Musk's AI ambitions. Yaccarino's expertise was now irrelevant. The new company was about technology, not media. Her role was structurally obsolete. The power shifted to AI engineers. The merger was the final nail in her tenure. Musk's vision had no place for her. The show moved on. The official statements were predictably corporate. Musk posted first, briefly thanking Yaccarino and hyping the new X.AI. No mention of turmoil or controversy. Yaccarino's statement was longer, gracious, and focused on the team's resilience. She took the high road, avoiding any hint of conflict. Reading between the lines, her words reflected the struggle to build order in chaos. Musk's message was all about his vision for the future. Their statements revealed the disconnect. She cared about business, he cared about vision. The transition was painted as smooth, but no one was fooled. This was not a happy ending. Yaccarino was a stabilizer in an unstable world. Her final act was pure professionalism. Her exit was the last mess she had to clean up. The reaction to Yaccarino's exit was swift but not surprised. Analysts called her the highest-paid human shield in corporate history. The press was sympathetic, seeing her as a scapegoat for Musk's chaos. On X, reactions split. Musk loyalists cheered. Others mourned the loss of stability. Some users saw her departure as the final death knell for the old Twitter. Many announced they were leaving the platform for good. Advertisers responded with quiet resignation. Her exit confirmed their fears. X was no longer brand safe. An ad executive summed it up. "We wished her well, but we never really came back." The platform became a black box. No one wanted to put money into Musk's unpredictable machine. The door closed quietly. The world moved on. With Yaccarino gone, her efforts to bring stability seemingly dissolved, and X officially merged into X.AI, a new chapter begins, one heavily influenced by artificial intelligence. This marks a significant shift in direction, leaving many to wonder about the platform's future trajectory. The future of X is now both uncertain, filled with potential disruptions and unexpected turns, and yet, in some ways, predictable, guided by Musk's well-known ambitions and technological focus. The platform stands at a crossroads with choices that will define its role in the evolving digital landscape. It's now undeniably the Elon Musk show, a one-man performance where his vision takes center stage. No more business-focused leader to temper the technological drive, just Musk in total control, steering the ship according to his own grand design. The reins are firmly in his hands, and the platform's destiny is now inextricably linked to his decisions. The new leadership structure is heavily weighted towards engineers, the builders and innovators who will shape the platform's technical capabilities. And crucially, AI specialists, the architects of the intelligent systems that will power X's future. Their expertise will be paramount in realizing Musk's vision for an AI-driven platform. Advertising, once the lifeblood of the platform, is no longer the primary focus. Its importance has been significantly diminished. AI is the new god, the driving force behind every decision, the ultimate objective to be pursued. It's a shift in priorities that will fundamentally alter the platform's identity. Expect radical experimentation, bold, unconventional approaches to technology and platform design. X will essentially become Musk's AI laboratory, a testing ground for his most ambitious ideas and cutting-edge AI technologies. User experience, while still important, will likely be secondary to the relentless pursuit of AI development and advancement. X will increasingly function as a real-time data feed, constantly collecting and processing information to fuel machine learning algorithms. Financial challenges, however, still loom large. The platform's economic viability remains a significant concern. The hope of ad revenue making a substantial recovery seems increasingly unlikely, given the shift in focus. Therefore, the company will aggressively chase subscription models, seeking to establish reliable recurring revenue streams, and explore new avenues for generating income through AI services, leveraging its technological advancements to create valuable offerings. It's a huge gamble, a high-stakes bet on the future of AI and its potential to transform the platform. The fundamental question remains: will users be willing to pay for a platform that embraces chaos and prioritizes AI above all else? Regulatory scrutiny will undoubtedly intensify, particularly as X.AI's influence and reach continue to expand. This is especially true as X.AI grows, pushing the boundaries of artificial intelligence and its applications. Ultimately, success or failure now rests entirely on Musk's shoulders. The weight of the platform's future is his to bear. He has the potential to redefine the tech landscape, to usher in a new era of innovation and technological advancement. But he also risks destroying a global platform, squandering its potential and leaving behind a legacy of disruption and instability. Yaccarino's brief tenure will likely be remembered as a failed attempt at imposing order on a platform inherently resistant to it. The ad queen is gone, leaving a void in the platform's business strategy. The Chaos King reigns alone, his vision and decisions now the sole determinants of X's destiny.